Hello beautiful people of the internet, thank you so much for stopping by my channel and hanging out with me for another video. So today we are going to be talking about all things productivity and motivation. So if you're anything like me, and I'm sure we are all the same, some days you feel like you are on fire, like you have the most productive day or a really great week or even a month where you are just super productive. And honestly, some days you can be struggling to just get your hair brushed in the morning. So I was like, why can I be so productive on some days and get so much accomplished, and then literally on other days struggle so much? So I thought I'm going to do a little bit of investigating and figure out what it is that the days, weeks and months that I am super productive have in common. What can I do to kind of nurture that and to push those things along? And then also, what are the things that are my productivity drainers? So what is happening or what's going on that is affecting my productivity or, really sapping my energy and motivation levels. So identifying the things that I want to work towards and really encourage, and the things that I want to move away from and I really want to stop or discourage or mitigate or manage as much as possible. So I found out that there are a couple of things that are definite motivation must-haves, and two key things that I know really sap my productivity and motivation. And those two things are decisions and distractions. Above all else, there's probably a number of things that also contribute to being not quite so motivated, but those two things, decisions and distractions, are for me the things that I identified are the biggest killer of my productivity level. Okay, so what do I mean by decisions and distractions? Obviously in your day you're going to be faced with decisions to make, but I personally find when I have too many decisions to make ongoing throughout the day, it really drains my productivity because I'm spending too much time and focusing too much energy on deciding what needs to be done. That can be anything. That can be deciding what kind of YouTube videos to film. That can be deciding what order I do the things in my day. That can be deciding what I need to clean or what needs to get done around the house. So the way that I deal with this is to have structure, lists and schedules. And I have recently gone next level with my scheduling, and I did this for one reason. During June, when I filmed my 21-day challenge of 21 days of cleaning and organizing tasks around the home, it was probably one of my most productive months in the last, 5-6 years of YouTube. So I filmed, edited and uploaded, 21 for the challenge plus an extra few. I think there were around 26 videos that I filmed, edited and uploaded in June, which is pretty amazing considering sometimes I struggle to get 1, 2 or 3 videos uploaded in a week. And I'm like, if I can do 20 something videos in a month, 7 videos in a week, I should honestly have no problem doing 1, 2 or 3 videos a week. And the main difference that I could identify is that for the month of June, I had everything scheduled out. So I did not need to make one single decision when it came to what I was filming, when I was filming it, what it was going to be uploaded, what it was going to be called. I had everything planned, prepped out, including like the schedule of what I was going to be doing, the time of day I was going to be filming it, everything from the thumbnails. I had the template for that all ready to rock and roll and go. Because I had taken the decision making out of the day-to-day activities, I found that I could be much more productive because I already knew what was going to be done. I didn't have to spend all that time and waste all that energy making decisions. I just got in and got it done. The other thing is distractions. And so for June, I really focused on staying off social media, staying off internet, staying off Netflix, not even watching YouTube videos, anything like that, until everything had been completed for my daily upload. So even for a 5, 6, 7, 10 minute video, it can take quite a number of hours to film, edit, upload, all that kind of fun behind the scenes stuff. So it does take quite a bit of effort to get a YouTube video up for you guys to watch. So I just canned all distractions. So there were no distractions. I even didn't do as many like daily walks as I used to. I just focused 100% on getting that content out. I think obviously you need to come to a healthy balance where you can balance out that work-life lifestyle. But I definitely think having a really well structured time blocked schedule is going to help you 100% to take your productivity up to that next level. And if you think about it, when you are like in a work situation, you've got a whole day structured, set out, so you're not having to, decide what you're going to be doing. When you go to work, maybe you do an opening routine to open a store or a retail or whatever it is, you've probably got some kind of schedule for your day. So I wanted to implement that same way of thinking and treating my day like it is as if I was going to work. Just because I work from home and I don't have that typical boss, leader, manager to be accountable, to be held accountable to, I definitely just wanted to bring that accountability back to my own self and just making myself accountable for my own productivity. So guys, I spent a good deal of time going through, really analyzing what made a really good productive day, and I made a whole weekly schedule, and I went all out and I wanted to see if I time blocked literally every minute from when I woke up to when I went to bed, how productive could I be? And I'm telling you, when you have a time blocked schedule like this, and within this schedule, it's got room for flexibility, it's got room for movement, it's got room for life that happens. But having a schedule time blocked out like this has been game changing for productivity. I've been really busy in the last few weeks, so working on a special project that is just coming to a close. And obviously with YouTube and with social media and all the things that I do for my own business, been a super busy time, and taking this super scheduled approach. I know it might seem like a lot, but honestly, when you think about it, it's no different from when you send your kids to school, or you go to university, or you go to college. You're not just showing up there and you're not knowing what's going on or what you're going to be doing for the day. Your day is scheduled out and planned out. So take that same approach and adopt that into your own life, and you will see a huge increase in your day-to-day productivity levels. I absolutely guarantee it. So definitely distractions and decisions are two things that are really going to hamper your productivity. But for me, the things that really push my productivity are 4 or 5 things that when I do these every day, it takes my productivity to the next level. Now, the first tip that I have to be really productive is to get ready for the day as early as you can in the morning. So if I've got my kids that I need to drop off for their school run, I need to be ready by 7 o'clock in the morning latest, or the whole morning routine just falls off the wagon. So 7 o'clock in the morning, got to be ready to go for the day. Your morning routine has a follow-on domino effect for your productivity levels for the rest of the day. So getting up, getting ready for the day by a certain time. So it's not enough to say, get ready for the day. You need to put a time limit on it and say what time each day you need to be ready. If you go to work outside of the home and you go to an office or you go to a retail store or anywhere you work outside the home, you've got to be there to start your work shift at a certain time. So there should be no difference if you are staying at home or if you're working from home. Treat it like it is a normal office or on-site job and be ready to work at a certain time. That means getting yourself ready, get out of pajamas, even if it's just something like comfy sweat clothes or something. Get changed as something that you're going to be comfortable in and be productive. Put on a little bit of makeup, do your hair, just make yourself look really presentable. For me, I know that I'm much more comfortable turning on the camera to make a YouTube video if I'm looking a little bit presentable. Like if I just rolled out of bed, stayed in my pajamas with my hair in a mop top and nothing on my face and a bare face all day, I'm probably not going to be likely to turn on the camera and make a YouTube video. But if I am already made up to, a decent standard, so I'm not going to be scaring anyone off when they flick on my channel, I'm much more likely to pick up the camera and just make, YouTube videos of life around the house. So definitely get ready, but get ready by a certain time. Second thing that I think you've got to do every day is move your body. And if you are sitting at home at a desk working, 8 hours straight, it is really bad for your body for one. So definitely take regular breaks, get up and move, and incorporate and schedule some movement, even if it is something like going for a 20-minute walk into your daily routine. Your body will thank you for it and you'll feel just so much better. With all the endorphins that you release when you're out in the fresh air, walking, moving your body, you will absolutely love it. So definitely incorporate movement into your everyday routine. It will 100% improve your productivity levels. Third thing that I definitely know that I have to do every day if I want to be my most productive is to eat breakfast. Now, I am notorious for having a coffee first thing in the morning, which I'm not going to change that. I have a coffee as part of my morning coffee and chill wake up time. If I have 2 coffees in the morning first up before breakfast, it makes me lose my appetite and I'm too full from having 2 coffees to want to have breakfast. So then I skip breakfast and then I end up being, really lethargic and with no energy by mid-morning lunchtime. When it it's something that you know you should do and you know you have to do, but knowing and actually doing it are two completely different things. So I know that I've got to have breakfast each day to be performing at my best, but actually doing it is another story. So one tip that I do have is to pre-prep your breakfast. Like I make my little jars with all the oats ingredients, so all I have to do is tip the oats into the pot and mix them up and have them. Or I give myself a couple of really easy options. So it could be anything like avocado on toast, or find a really nice cereal that you like, because there is nothing as quick and easy as cereal in the morning. If you're not a cereal fan, just go for the toast or the oats or a banana or a smoothie, but just make sure you are fueling your body with something first thing in the morning to fuel your body and give you the energy to be your productive best self. If you are working from home, the next thing that I really encourage you to do is really clean up your workspace. Spend a little bit of time, make it clutter-free, give it a good clean up, and make it as aesthetically pleasing as you possibly can. Honestly, if you are sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day, 9 to 5, which lots of people still are, you want to be spending it in an environment that is making you feel good and is making you feel like you want to be productive. Honestly, your environment impacts you so much, and even if it is just clearing off your desk, giving it a nice wipe down, putting a few little things that make it feel like a really nice place to be, you will definitely see an increase in your productivity levels. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed these productivity tips. If you have any tips that you want to share on how you stay productive, leave them in the comment section below. I would love to hear how you guys stay productive. Come up and be in the video, Freddie. Is this the mood you're in? Is this the mood we're dealing with today, Freddie, again? Well, Freddie wants in on the action. He's feeling very motivated and productive. Right, where are we talking about? You go get your ball. You go get your ball, please, Freddie. Where's your ball? Okay, so if you're anything like me, and I'm... Hey, Freddie Bear. So guys, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. As always, I will leave some more videos for you to check out in the description box so you can hang out a little bit longer. If you aren't already, be sure to consider subscribing before you go. Have a fabulous week, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.